field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. That'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 30. With a shifty move, got him a couple extra on the play. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 3rd down, they'll run with goal. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice run.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Antonio Morrison coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And able to find Graham, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Jimmy Graham had a really tough injury in 2015 that ended his season, but what a bounce back in 2016. How did he not get any votes for Comeback Player of the Year?
I was just going to ask you that. Not that Jordy Nelson wasn't deserving, but 65 catches, 923 yards. That was the highest total by a tight end in Seahawk history.
And I think there's a chance that both of those numbers will increase in 2017. Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
And this one through the uprights and good. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Play fake to Gore. It's Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Locke. And he's got Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And Andrew Luck's had a shoulder injury that's lingered since 2015. His throwing arm had a little surgery after the 2016 season. Looks like he's got his zip back.
Yeah, you're right. Some heat on that one to pick up the Colts first.
Now Luck. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K.J. Wright able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Throwing on third down, Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Doyle. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Here's Luck. Drops it underneath to Gore. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. Frank Gore, the ageless one, over 1,000 yards last year. He's the first running back age 33 or older to top 1,000 since John Riggins way back in '83.
So what he's done is he's made the case for running backs who are approaching 30 that there is life on the other side of that number, because many think once you hit 30, you're going to decline.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of, and now they can move forward.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence, because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Being chased out left, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And that one falls incomplete. Trying to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
We'll see if he can look and do some soul-searching now. Throwing his luck. He's got it to Hilton. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here's Luck. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw on second down is Luck. Throw left side complete. That's Doyle. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, Luck. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47.
Well, it's 3rd down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now Love. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Returnable for Lockett. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's got room. Tyler Lockett, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with officially a 103-yard return. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This one taken from the 7th. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
This is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's Locke. And he's got Moncrief. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Luck connecting with Moncrief for the Indianapolis first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now the former Seahawk. This is Robert Turbin. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads deep. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Frank Gore, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They run it again with Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
It's caught. Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there at 22. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
And Graham's got it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. A 10th carry for Kamara. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle.
And he's got it. Caught in the end
end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Doug Baldwin, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the Colts getting ready to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cliff Averill in there to get him for a loss of 5. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right? And
this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It got his man complete. And they got 29 yards there. And it'll give the Colts a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Luck now to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Luck. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time for Luck on 4th down. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. On 1st down, Luck. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Out of the gun, Luck. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. To throw is Locke. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Locke picked off by his former Stanford teammate, Richard Sherman. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Caught left side, Williams. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them.
And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Byron Maxwell. And now running right through it.
Defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got this one down to the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Seahawks, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.